Hello, hello.
I was watching that Fast and Furious thing, and everything is about family. And there was this math problem where the kid is asking Dom Toretto what the answer of this equation is, and he says family. And then the kid gets upset. He's like, "What?" And he's like, "The answer is family." And the kid's like, "No, no, it's not that." And he's like, "Shut up! It's always family." And like, it's just ridiculous. But everyone, welcome back to the channel, getting that medical degree, where we talk everything medical related. Right now, we're in the process of applying to get into medical school. So, we're going to be talking a lot about productivity and study guides and how to study. So, if you are a freshman, junior, sophomore, high school, come along for the ride.
Yeah,
You can learn more than what we didn't learn, where we're supposed to learn.
something like
But,
that.
all right. So, today's topic is how to never take notes and still get A's. Um, so this was okay. So this was a concept that was taken on that I wish I would have known throughout my whole college career, but I didn't. Um, like I've said in a couple of videos, I started my medical school journey very, very late. So, this is a very, very late um tip or steps that I found out through reading and watching a lot of YouTube. But if you're in the same video right now trying to learn, these are the 5 steps. And I'm gonna go into a little bit more explanation of them. Um, I tried this on one class, and I'm going to try it on several classes that I'm going to be taking for my to finish my prereqs for medical school. And then I'm going to be trying it on my master's classes because I am trying to get a master's while I wait for the results and everything. Well, at least halfway. I'll still finish it. But so these are the 5 steps. So, um, how to never take notes and still get an A. So, the one step that I did was survey, and which is pretty much kind of like skim, like get familiarize yourself with the topic that you're talking about, just like a general idea of what you're talking about. Like if the topic today would be something along the lines of let's go human anatomy or whatever. If you're talking about bones, then you need to understand just a regular idea of what your class is going to be related. Like, are we studying every single bone in the body? What are bones? How the bones work? Just a regular scheme, just so you can have a basic understanding. Um, and whenever you get a lecture, so when the one of the last classes that that I did, it was because of the pandemic. So the professors have pre-recorded videos um, for chemistry, so you can study at your own pace. And the professor did the chemical experiment on video. And then you had to answer some questions of how he got there, what were the steps, all this stuff. Um, and then at the end he will show you the whole video completely, like all the steps in order and everything. um so what I did was I was learning at my own pace. I was learning at my own uh willingness, on my own desire, and I was taking my time, so I was able to pause it, I was able to backtrack it, I was able to like take take a break, take a cup of coffee, and then get back to it. um And oddly enough, I found this a lot more refreshing and a lot more beneficial for my studying, because when I was taking anatomy classes, we were in a classroom, which is like an auditorium classroom. Many of you that are listening probably don't know what that is. It's whenever you put like 200 uh, plus students, or maybe like 50 plus students in one gigantic classroom, um, in an auditorium like style, like a theater like style. So you're all sitting, and then there's a professor in the front with a microphone, and then you're all listening to the and like you sometimes get so many distractions because like there's people doing other stuff that they're not supposed to do, like watching other stuff they're not supposed to do, like eating, watching video games. There was this one guy who actually was playing video games during this nursing auditorium like class, and I found it beneficial that the fact that I was able to watch the videos of a professor speaking, talking to me about nursing class during a time where, of course, we were forced to do it, but like it was just so so easy and so convenient to me to realize, wow, like I go at my own pace, I learn my own stuff. So that was just a quick overview. But the way that I did that is that I'll first skim through the material that we were gonna learn, and then I will watch the video. Um, I will watch the video. It was like an hour or 45-minute lecture. All right, but first I skimmed through the material. It was just like skimming through the material, not like reading completely, just know the general idea. Then I will watch the video once, and then I would try to do some flashcards on the material. So I will do some flashcards on the chemistry classes. I will do some flashcards on the nursing classes. I decided not to take notes, so I didn't take any notes on this nursing class. Didn't take notes on this chemistry class. Um, I was just doing flashcards in Anki. So I was doing a lot of space repetition during these flashcards, and I was trying to do the Feynman technique, which whatever you like, you can Google it if you need more information about it or who he is and everything. And I was also doing practice problems. So I was doing practice problems because we were forced to do practice problems, not because I wanted to do practice problems. Um, but it came out to be like, wow, like this is like I'm retaining more information. Now the flashcards that I was doing, I did not do Anki because I didn't know uh, Anki until my senior year last semester. Um, so I was doing flashcards on Quizlet, and I was doing flashcards on my own because I like to just keep them on my own because, like, I would go out for a walk and I would just do a couple of flashcards and I would just take them with me. Um, so after all of this stuff, all the practice problems that were pretty much just answering um, chemical balances on my last organic chemistry class. Um, After all of this stuff, I was able to watch the lecture again, watch the video again for chemistry, and I was able to understand like 99%, like I'm gonna say like 90% of what they were talking about, and it came back. So I kind of did like a two take on the videos. Like I watched it first without knowing too much, and then I watched it again, and everything started to click a lot more. But I did all of this. So now I was thinking, if I would have introduced the practice problems in my previous classes, if I would have introduced flashcards in my previous classes, if I would have introduced space repetition in my previous classes, like I would have developed a lot more as a student, and I would have learned a lot more material a lot faster. Now, this is just like a couple classes that I took my last semester. So I'm gonna keep on trying this technique. So if you're listening to this, 2 years from now, a year from now, or whenever you listen to this, um, if this video is still up, it's because it freaking worked. If I took down the video, it's because you know what, I proved that it doesn't really work for me. But hey, I put it out there because it might work for somebody. Especially because like sometimes I've noticed that when I take notes, it's really hard for me to go back and to reread the notes. It's really hard for me to go back and force myself to reorganize the notes that I took. So um, I think this is a lot better because I think you're just you're just going through practice problems based on the questions that you're creating, or you can go into a source online to a Quizlet, and they already have like those questions already pre-made or Anki. And then you can do the rephrasing, and then you can teach yourself or teach somebody else or just teach yourself to a fifth grade level in a way that anybody can understand. So that means that you completely understand the material inside and out. But these are the 5 steps that I use. Some of them directly, some of them indirectly. Of how to never, how I didn't take notes for my classes, and I really got good grades, which it was very surprising and very sad at the same time because I regret not doing it before. But yeah, so this is it. Zach, have you used any of these steps?
I did practice problems for rephrasing, Feynman technique. Yes, in our previous video we talked about both of those. Also, flashcards
Hmm.
we talked about in a previous video as well. So pretty much all of those.
Oh well,
Skimming I try to do before the lecture starts, but other than that,
you see, I would have loved to have a foreknowledge of understanding how much it took to,
Actually learn.
yeah, to learn how to learn. So if you're, hey, listen, you know what? There's nothing I can do. I can't really like. I should like. I don't really need to complain about the fact that I didn't know. I need to just move forward and know that now I know a lot more. So now I can use it. And now that you know a lot more than me, now you have more tools. If you're listening to this, now you have more tools to get it together and ace all those classes. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening and tuning in. So I hope this was helpful enough. And don't give up. I know this is a long road. If you're in high school or just getting out of college or just getting into college, it's a long road. But learn to fall in love with the process and trust the process
Trust it.
and never stop learning. Thank you guys. Have a good night.
You too.